What is going on, Low Gang? As promised, first Saturday in September, hitting the garage sales again. Weather acclimate here in Arizona finally. But you know we got to stop at these Goodwill 50% off sales. Came in last night. Definitely some decent items in here to get at 50% off. But as always, it's going to be a complete clusterfuck. It is 8:30 a.m. Store opened 30 minutes ago. Let's go take a look inside. Then we'll hit some garage sales after. So some nice Blu-rays here. Definitely going to pick up at 50% off. Possibly all four of these. Going to start making a pretty big effort to build a Blu-ray collection from scratch through Goodwill and yard sales. So these are going to be like $1.50. This is going to be $2. I'm going to pick up these right now for sure. All those HD DVDs. Check this out. Schlock Wii game or Masterpiece. Look at that publisher. Would you believe it? $2, might have to pick this up. PC games. Interesting, I didn't know Raymond came out on PC. So $7.50, probably gonna pick it up. This is a pretty cool Goodwill find. 64-inch 3D TV, probably about $2,000, less than 10 years ago on shelves. So to get it for, someone bought it already, but to get it for $100 today, I'd call that a score for sure, as long as it works and has the mount and everything with it. It's not bad at all. Alright, so we're hitting the road from Goodwill. Big day at Goodwill, 50% off. Got a carload of stuff, so let's hit the garage sales. Gonna try to keep it honest, as always. Gonna film everything, not just big finds. Let's go get cash back and hit the garage sales and see what we can get. Off to a kind of decent start. PS2 Slim with cables, no controllers, and it had a Naruto game. They wanted $10, but they were down to haggle. For me, I wasn't even worth haggling for. If it had a controller or possibly some better games, probably would have tried to buy it. I don't think there's even trade-in there at Bookman's for a PS2 Slim. So I might consider coming back and throwing $5 down, but at this point I'm gonna hold off on it. If it had a controller, I definitely would have picked it up for like $5, but as is, $10, and then I'd have to haggle down. Probably not gonna waste time doing it, but a decent start to see video games at the very first garage sale. Let's keep it rolling. So unfortunately, our first garage sale of a person that has garage sales every like 15 seconds. I've been here like 10 times. So I've actually gotten some video games here though. He does buy at other garage sales, so every once in a while he'll have a decent inventory.
Play this thing.
That's all dusty. It's pretty cool. Can I see the games really quick too? It's just crazy how massive that console was to play.
Yeah.
You know, such old school games. Leisure Suit Larry, I can't get over that, man. What was it even? It was a trivia game or something, wasn't it? And the girls like took their clothes off.
Yeah, you had to.
lost you in the charts, huh?
Oh, baby.
Yeah, it's missing a couple different cords. I don't know if I'm gonna try to go through that box for him though.
Hang on. You know what? I got a box.
So we are in the black, big time. I'll show you everything in detail in the pickup video. Quick look at the cell. I'm pretty sure I got some decent footage. Shout out to me trying to film these yard sales without the spy cam and without Fanta helping out. It's definitely a lot more difficult and a lot more awkward. I'll show you guys in the pickup recap momentarily. I'm going to go to a couple more garage sales, but that was my best garage sale video game find in quite a while. Obviously, last time I went garage selling, found the Apple III, sold it for a quick $500 on $10 spent. So it's going to be a while before I beat that find. But the value and the quality of stuff she kept bringing out, she ended up selling everything to me for $15. Can't wait to show you guys in a minute. Let's go hit a couple more sales and see what we can find. So let's close out the day really quick. One more Goodwill on my way home, 50% off sale. See if we can close out a few more finds, hoping for a few more Blu-rays. Great day video game department, but let's go take a peek. What is going on, Dab Alert Nation? Let's get involved in an awesome day garage selling and a pretty decent day at Goodwill, 50% off. We'll start at Goodwill. Walked in at 8:30, doors opened at 8. Some good items left on the shelves. This not included. Can you believe Rockstar made this? Table tennis game on the Wii. Seen it for weeks, was waiting for a 50% off day. They had it at $4, so $2 for a Rockstar game. Literally buying it just kind of out of humor, because it's funny to see them make something that's not a world-class game that everyone talks about. Getting into Blu-rays, which I'm starting to collect big time. Market is good for Blu-rays right now. They're not worth anything. But for me, there's still a better value than renting digitally. For example, J. Edgar, $4. So for $2, I own the movie in a really good quality. Yes, it's not 4K, but it's pretty much what you're going to be renting or watching it online at in 1080p, because 4K is still kind of not too big, not too popular yet. Subject to change. I enjoy 1080p. It still looks great to me on my TV or my Xbox One. Horrible movie here, X-Men Origins Wolverine. Fantastic intro showing them fight through every American war. And then kind of the meta, like Deadpool stuff that gets joked about a lot in Deadpool. As my glasses fog up, that's how hot it is here in Tucson still. American Gangster, a great Denzel Washington movie. Again, $1.50 for this, no brainer in the collection. The original campy X-Men, we can probably blame this movie for a millennium of superhero garbage. This was the first one to come out in like '99, before Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. And for $7.50, a complete, like, water-damaged Sega Genesis classic. Did, in my opinion, a better job than Nintendo. The controllers are wireless, and it came with 80 games. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the value of like an NES classic or a Super Nintendo classic. That would have been sick to see on shelves at Goodwill. Getting into garage sales, as I kind of gather myself here. So I left a PS2 Slim on shelves, probably for about $5. They wanted 10 initially, left it behind. But a couple garage sales later, I did pick up a fat PS2 with its cables, and iNinja, which is a really cool game, awesome condition. Picked that up from these people for $8. I said, hey, I'll buy the PS2 if you throw on iNinja. So for me, a no-brainer for $8, even though it did not come with a controller. We'll get into a controller later on though. From the same garage sale, you guys saw footage. The guy let me up into his room, showed me his Atari collection. I said, hey, I have a channel. Could I get some of this footage? I won't show you. And he said, cool. Before people ask how I got the footage up in his room, it was kind of creepy. Had an Atari, had Dreamcast with some decent games. Didn't want to sell me anything. And to be fair, he told me ahead of time he wasn't going to be selling anything. However, he did have 2 Dreamcast. And I ended up buying one from him for $25. Not a yard sale price for me, but just how cool the dude was. I didn't have an issue giving him $25. And it did come with 2 controllers. $25, not a bad value, but definitely not like what you'd see a typical yard sale price. And you know I tried to buy Leisure Suit Larry off of him as well, and he just wouldn't sell that or Mortal Kombat or anything. He just had 2 Dreamcast, so he had no problem selling me one of them. We'll get into the awesome garage sale. Lady had a couple of garbage Wii games, along with a bunch of really cool snapback hats. I asked her, she went in the house, didn't come out with any video games, but then I kept asking her, I kept kind of like politely mentioning other systems, older stuff, and then she started just bringing box and box and box out. I'll jump into the snapback I bought. This is a no-brainer at $1. Chicago Bulls championship Three-Peat hat. This is when they won the first Three-Peat. Then, of course, Jordan left, and then they came back and had another Three-Peat. I know there's a lot of sports memorabilia fans and a lot of Chicago Bulls fans, obviously, most of them bandwagoners from how successful they were in the 90s. I shouldn't have any issues selling this on eBay for, I'm going to guess, a decent amount of money. It is authentic. It has the company on the back here. I forgot what it was called. Logo 7. And these people were from Chicago. They bought it actually there from a memorabilia store in the 90s. So super cool. Looking to sell that on eBay to get some of my money back. $1. Didn't even have to think about it. If I lose $1, oh well. Now we'll get into the gaming stuff I got from her. Fantastic lot. This is the reason I go out to the garage sales for finds like this. Might have overspent on some stuff earlier in the day. Might have missed a few purchases I should have had earlier in the day, but it kind of all works out when you get an amazing find. $15 for everything in this basket I'm about to show you. We'll start off with this pretty unique, I assume it's a limited run, red Nintendo Wii. And it is the GameCube version. You can see the door there. Have not turned it on, have not tested it, have not seen if there's a game inside the system. But it is a really cool, unique thing. From a collection standpoint, I pretty much bought this to put on the shelf. I'm not ever going to use it as my actual play console. It's just a unique color that I'd never see. I think it was like a 25th anniversary of Mario Brothers or something. I want to say it's a limited edition console and not just a color that randomly came out. And then we'll throw on this nunchuck with it as well. Same color scheme. Really cool colorway. I wish the Wii did more of that, and I hope the Nintendo Switch continues having cool Joy-Cons and cool Pro controllers, just for kind of that personality, if you will. This system's really cool. I've only picked up maybe 2 or 3 of these in all my years of game hunting. Dsi Xl, kind of objectively the best DS console, in my opinion. For an adult, this is what you should own. Obviously, now we have 2DS XLs, objectively the best for all of the games, 3DS and 2DS. Came with a 50 classic games. I didn't even notice that in there. Kind of this cool maroon color. And then I was able to find the charger for it. So this will probably be resale bait. I don't have any interest in keeping it. As I said, if you have a 2DS XL, you own every DS. There's no point in owning one unless you're like a collector that wants the cosmetic appeal. Found this really cool colorway, threw it in. PS2 transparent, like smoke gray color. If I'm honest, I haven't really seen this color too often. It is first party, so that completes my fat PS2 I got earlier. And this would have completed the other PS2 I left behind even before that. So really cool find. Again, with this value, we're just throwing stuff in the basket. I asked her what she wanted, and she said $15. So no haggling, nothing, just of course $15. So excited to see this. Anytime I see these, even if I'm not going to keep it, get very excited. Game Boy Advance SP. Flame red is the color. It's called. Screen, quite solid. A couple like water spots and dust on it, but overall, really nice condition. Stickers and decals all intact on the back. And that weird little like white, I don't know, that's bizarre. I guess you could write your name or whatever. And button retention and everything is really nice. I've talked a lot about it, but I'd probably have to call the Game Boy Advance SP my favorite handheld ever made. It's just so aesthetically pleasing to look at, and it's so practical to throw in your pocket. Silly to talk about today. Obviously, we have smartphones that are smaller than this and do 10 billion times more things. But in 2001 or whenever this came out, it was so cool to just have this like folded up in my pocket with a backlight, sneak it into middle school all day. And here's a charger, came with it, Nintendo brand. So I had to find that in a little basket. And last but not least, inside the system, going really nice with the color scheme, was a Pokemon Firered, a fantastic Pokemon game. Still play through it probably once a year. I'll play through either the original Pokemon Blue or like a Pokemon Leaf Green. I just love that Series 1, that Gen 1. And it's, in hindsight, the physics and stuff are kind of broken. Obviously, you can get like a Psychic type Pokemon and just mop the floor with everyone. Catch Abra, evolve them to Kadabra, and just, you can like one-hit everything eventually. But still the nostalgic's there, and the mechanics and stuff have aged very well for me. So that is it for garage sales. Leave a thumbs up right now if you guys like this series. I want to hit 1,000 thumbs up. The video is going to get 10,000 views. 1,000 thumbs up should be really, really easy. Just give it a thumbs up if you're watching it. Quick update on the channel. Failed miserably, like I always do, because I'm clinically obese and an alcoholic. But I actually have an excuse for why I stopped doing videos for 2 weeks. The AC in my house went out mid-August in Arizona. You can see here 87 degrees. Horrible, inhumane. Ended up spending a couple nights at a hotel and then ended up dropping $6,000 to replace the AC. So that was a huge hiccup, a huge stone in our path, if you will, of the YouTube channel. Was trying to get 3 videos up a week. Gonna try to get things going again, probably more realistic number of 2 videos a week, game hunting video, and then like a top 5 Thursday or something along those lines. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know what your best garage sale find is this year. Only this year. I know there's amazing stuff historically. I want to hear about how your year's going. I've gone to garage sales twice. This lot and the Apple III for $500. I don't know why I'm not going to garage sales more often. Me and Fanta talk a lot of shit about them, but then I'm looking at this pile of stuff and I'm like, what's the disconnect with us? What's wrong with us? I'm going to try to make this a weekly series, garage selling, and then I'll stop at Goodwill's for additional content. As I said, I'm going to start trying to collect Blu-rays. Everything I showed in this video is up for trade. Follow my Instagram right below. DM me on there. I will not respond anywhere else. Only Instagram DMs. As I said, if you don't have one, make one. Follow me. DM me. It'll take a couple minutes time. YouTube's a big abortion mess when trying to communicate with people. It's awful. And Facebook, it's not 2007 anymore. I'm not using Facebook. So thank you guys for watching. Everything's up for trade. If you guys are interested in trading for any of these items, let me know. Besides the Blu-rays, I'm going to keep those in the collection. Later, guys. Really appreciate you guys stopping by. Have a good weekend.